Hey guys, welcome to another edition of Youtini Tuesday. I am your host, Charles. You guys probably met me a couple weeks back if you were around at that point in time. I hosted then and I'm back today, so really excited to be here. And yeah, just a quick reminder as to what Youtini Tuesday is. It's just a little bit of time that we like to set aside every week, hopefully, just to talk about what's going on here at Youtini, what's going on in the Star Wars book world, and what's going on with Star Wars in general, right? So, this is a really big week because we had San Diego Comic Con. Unfortunately, no big news came out of Comic Con. I was a little disappointed to not see anything big happen. No, of course, I'm joking. Look, Clone Wars is back, guys. Clone Wars is back, and I know that we were all super excited to hear that. I mean, it's been a time of a little bit of negativity in fandom, but I have seen nothing but just happy fans since this announcement. So we're all really excited about that here, and we hope that you guys are too. So I see that a few people here are tuning in. I just want to go ahead and take this chance to remind y'all that we do a giveaway every time we do a Youtini Tuesday video. So if you would like to be entered for a chance to win a little something special, some Youtini merch, then go ahead and throw a comment in the group or on this page rather, and you'll be automatically entered for a chance to win something pretty cool. If you have any questions or comments, at any time, then go ahead and throw a comment up there, and I will answer to the best of my abilities. All right. But yeah, let's get back to talking about the Clone Wars because that is probably the biggest news that we could have asked for coming out of Comic Con. So what we know so far is that we're going to be getting 12 new episodes. That's going to be 3 or 4 arcs, depends on how long those arcs are, and it's going to be on the new Disney Direct streaming service. So unfortunately, we're not going to see those until 2019. We're going to have to wait a little while to see those, but in the meantime, something that you can do is rewatch or watch for the first time if you've never seen the Clone Wars. I know I watched them as they came out, originally in the order that they aired them, but recently something I've started doing and something that a lot of us at Youtini have started doing is watching them in chronological order. And a couple team members put that idea up in our messaging app, and they posted a really great link that's on StarWars.com that lists all of the episodes in chronological order. So you can just go right down the list and watch them. And I actually enjoy it more that way. I've been having more fun watching them that way. Of course, only watch that show when you're not reading the books, right? I see that Stacy and Heather are here from the team posting a couple comments. Hey guys, thanks for joining. Again, if you are just now joining us, then go ahead and throw a comment in here and let me know that you're here. So other news, it's not all about the Clone Wars, right? There was actually some really big Star Wars book publishing news that came out. So there was a whole panel that was just for publishing, and some news came out. So a few books that I would like to talk about. Number one is Queen's Shadow. So here you can see the cover here that was provided, and you can see obviously this is going to be a book that is really focusing on Padme. Reportedly, that is going to be kind of talking about her transition going from being the queen of Naboo to being a senator on Coruscant for Naboo. So that's something that I was really shocked to even think about. Like, is there a Padme centric novel yet? And I really couldn't think of one where she was like the character, I know that she's got some big parts in a few books, but I really couldn't think of one. Maybe there is one. If you know of one, go ahead and throw it up in the comments and let me know. I do see that we have a few new viewers. Christian Wermiskirch is how I will attempt to say that. Sorry if I mispronounced that. Watching chronologically, has my perspective changed on any episodes? Any I like better, any I would find more insightful, or anything like that? That's a great question. I'm still relatively early on in terms of rewatching them, but I will say that just overall, I'm kind of following a little bit better where everything plugs in, which is kind of an obvious answer, but really that's what I've seen so far is just, okay, well, now I can see everything that happened, on Christophsis happening back to back instead of seeing some here in season one, some here in season three, etc., some in the movie even. So I'm just really better able to track where we are, where the character development is. But great question, and I'll definitely get back to you if there is anything that really sticks out to me. But all right, about Queen's Shadow, just want to remind y'all that that is supposed to come out on March 5th. That is the date, March 5th, 2019. So keep an eye out for that one. But that is not the only thing that we were told about during that Comic Con publishing panel. We also got Master and Apprentice. All right, so this is by Claudia Gray, as you can see here by the cover. Obviously, not the final cover, but Claudia Gray, an author that has a lot of fan favorites right now, including Lost Stars and Bloodline, if y'all have read those. So a lot of people I know here at Youtini were really excited to see her name popping back up. So what is this one about? Well, reportedly, this is going to be about Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon prior to the episodes of The Phantom Menace. And so I'm really stoked about that because Obi-Wan is actually one of my favorite characters, actually my favorite character, hands down. There's really no questions asked. It's not even close for me. And I would always love to hear more about what he was up to just prior to The Phantom Menace. Really, anytime where we kind of have some gaps in what's been going on and we're not sure exactly what his story is, even though a lot of those years are probably kind of boring sitting in the desert, right? But that's okay. Daryl Cooper here says, "Hey, looking forward to the Padme book." Absolutely, I know everyone here is. Stacy and Meg popping in here. It looks like they're really excited for it as well. All right, apparently I said Christian's name correctly the first time, so I'm not going to try to do it again. But cool. Daryl says, really excited that Claudia Gray is coming back. She is to canon what Timothy Zahn was to Legends in the 90s. That's, yeah, fantastic. Absolutely. She has certainly become another one of those foundational authors, another one of the pillars for the expanded universe. So we're really excited to see her come back. I'm excited to see what she can do with characters as big as Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon. Obviously, Lost Stars, she was writing for relatively unknown characters. I mean, smaller characters within the universe, and that was kind of the point of it. And Bloodline, she proved that she can handle Leia. So let's see what she can do with some of those favorite Jedi, right? But that's not all that we got to see, guys. So apparently, this is going to be the cover for the solo novelization that is coming out by Mur Lafferty. Now, before we kind of had the black background with just the name, like I just showed you for Master and Apprentice, but this is what we have now, so you can see that. I think it's beautiful. I love it. Just clean, crisp, kind of has that movie poster feel, which I really like. So I am pleased with that. Other than that, guys, there is more news. Those are kind of the really big books that they announced that are coming out. And I don't think I said Master and Apprentice. That's coming out on February 26, 2019. So we're going to get some of these new books, these really big books, kind of back to back. So go ahead and clear a little bit of time in your calendar to go ahead and read those, okay? But moving on, there were several young adult novels that were announced as well. And I know some of you that may be older members of the Youtini community, you might be thinking, "Oh, I don't read the young adult stuff." Well, I'd encourage you to maybe give it a try. Most Wanted that just came out, which was one of the solo novelization or one of the solo tie-ins, it was a really great ride. It was one of the first young adult novels that I had actually read, and a lot of people on the Youtini team said, "Hey, check it out. It's really good." I did, and it was fantastic. So I would highly recommend, giving these a try, these young adult novels. The main one that I want to point out, because it involves a lot of fans' favorite characters here, is called Pirate's Price. All right, and that is actually going to throw together Han Solo, Chewbacca, and Hondo Onaka. That's right, Hondo Onaka. So we're kind of really mixing up a lot of characters that we've seen in different areas. Hondo from the Clone Wars and from Rebels, and we're throwing them in with Han and Chewie. So that has got to be fun. Those kind of scoundrels all thrown together. What more could you ask for? Daryl Cooper is asking, the expanded editions seem to be a new thing they're doing with the novelizations. Are these canon? Yes. Yes, they are canon. Todd Otto is asking, is that Padme book young adult? You know what? I'm actually not sure. I would have to check up on that. Maybe someone can throw an answer in the comments for you. Um, let's see. But it sounds like, Daryl, you really like the young adult stuff. You're saying it's great. You've almost finished Lost Stars and you love Rebel Rising. Yeah, Rebel Rising is a favorite of a lot of the Youtini staff as well. Um, So there are some new comics coming out as well. All this news, I swear. We've got 4 new comic series that are coming out. One is The Age of Republic, and that's going to be by Jody Hauser. 2 is The Age of Rebellion by Greg Pak, and 3, Age of Resistance by Tom Taylor. All right. So it looks like they're really hitting all of these different eras with a brand new line of comics. So that's going to be really exciting. A lot of new material in any era, regardless of what you're a fan of. It looks like you're going to have something new to read if you are one of the comic readers. And I'm kind of a new comic reader in the Star Wars universe, and I love them. I've had a lot of fun reading those, so I would highly recommend diving into those if you get a chance. There is another mini series that they released that is called Tales from Vader's Castle. All right. Now, that is supposedly going to be sort of a horror comic. So, kind of a new spin on things, almost like the Clone Wars arc that had the like the zombie troopers and that kind of thing. So that could be really interesting. I'm thinking I'm definitely going to have to give that a read as well. But overall, I just want to point out, it really looks like Disney is embracing all the different eras of Star Wars. I mean, we've got the Old Republic represented, Rebellion, Resistance era. All of these new books essentially more or less focus on the prequel era. I'm personally, I was 6 years old when the Phantom Menace came out, so I'm a huge prequel era fan. And so I'm really happy to see them focusing a little bit of attention, a little bit of love on that era now. Um, yeah, so just really, really fun, really great news coming out of Comic Con, and we're all really happy about it here. So that's kind of your update from SDCC. And other than that, I do want to tell you guys a little bit about Youtini news that's going on. So some company updates, if you will. Uh, Emails should have hit your inbox with order previews yesterday. Okay, so keep a lookout for those. And make sure that you got it. Make sure that you know what you're going to be getting, and make sure that you like it. You can make changes to what you're supposed to be getting based on that email. You just click a link, follow that, and you can make some changes. And that's something that we're going to be doing moving forward every time. Before you get a shipment, you're going to know what's in it. If you don't want to know, a lot of people like the surprise, then just don't check the email. But if you are concerned that, maybe you want to make a change or something like that, go ahead, follow that link, and you can do that. So make sure you got that email, and if you want to make any changes, go ahead and do that, because the next shipment is going to be going out on August 1st. Okay? So really soon. That is about, a week away, because today is July 24th. I didn't even have to look at my calendar to know what today was, which is really surprising. You want to know why? Because Thrawn Alliances drops today. That's right, Thrawn Alliances by Timothy Zahn. We heard someone reference him in the comments earlier about what a big-time author he is. And, I mean, I can't agree more, and we're so excited that this novel is coming out today. It's going to involve Thrawn and Vader kind of working side by side, crossing in between 2 different eras, kind of the Clone Wars era as well as the Rebel era. And so that has dropped today. It is in stores. It's available anywhere you can get it, but it is also available through Youtini. If you are a hardcore if you're a hardcore Star Wars fan, you should have a subscription to Youtini. But what I mean to say is if you are a hardback canon subscription subscriber, then you will be getting not only a copy of Thrawn Alliances, but a signed copy of Thrawn Alliances from Timothy Zahn. So we're really excited to be able to provide that to you guys. Okay, and so keep an eye out on your doorsteps for that. Sorry guys, I keep reading these comments and I do get a little bit distracted. I'm a little bit new to the live video thing, so I might zone for a quick second, but I'm back. So obviously packages are going to be shipping on August 1st. They'll be hitting your door a few days after that. And I do want to say this. Obviously, you can go out to Barnes & Noble, you can get on Amazon, and you can get the book. And it will be a few dollars cheaper than what we can provide. But just for my little personal plug as to what I like about, doing this through Youtini, I'll tell you about my own story. Now, I'm in medical school, and that means that I'm basically in a ton of debt. I live off of loans, okay? So I don't have that much money kind of squirreled away for all the fun things. But I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I really believe in the Youtini product, and so I'm a subscriber. But I didn't want to stretch and pay for that hardback canon subscription right off the bat because I just, I wasn't sure if I could really justify spending that amount of money in my personal situation. And so I went out, and when Most Wanted came out, I got my own copy. Didn't do it through Youtini. I got my own copy. And that meant that I got it a few days earlier than the people that got it through the subscription. But, I started reading it and I saw that no one else had it yet. And then, a few days later, everyone in the Youtini community started talking about it, started sharing their thoughts, where they were on it. And I realized that, it really is an experience. It's almost like a book club, if you will, but like a really cool book club, right? Where it really is an experience where you're going through it together in the community. And there are so many great members of the Youtini community. I have really been blown away by how much interaction we've had. And so that's what I wanted to do this time around. So I'm getting Thrawn Alliances through Youtini. I cannot wait for it to get here, and I can't wait to dive into it and talk about it with all of you guys. Those of you who might be watching this on the Youtini Facebook group, I will tell you there is another Facebook group where we actually do a lot more of discussion about the books, and we love hearing from you guys there. That's the Youtini Cantina, so do look for that. If you're not watching through that page already, go ahead and search the Youtini Cantina. We post all of these videos there as well. So you can still find this content, but you can find a lot more of the community over in that group, okay? Heather says, Youtini unite. That's right. That is right. Absolutely. So anyways, I just want to go ahead and say that that's my little plug for why I think it's really cool to do this through Youtini. So if you want to give it a try and you haven't yet, I would encourage you to. And if you want to go and get it on your own, and you want to get other books through Youtini, or not even at all, and you just want to be a part of the community, everyone is welcome here. We love all Star Wars fans. You guys are always welcome, and we're really excited that you guys want to be here and be active and be a part of this. Now, about Thrawn Alliances, StarWars.com did release an interview with Timothy Zahn today. It's really nice. I went ahead and got a look at it, and it's him kind of talking about what Padme is doing during the story, kind of what are the Emperor's, what are his plans and what is his motivation for teaming up Thrawn and teaming up Vader, and then also kind of on their working relationship and what the stressors are there. So go ahead and give that a look. We can post that link in the comments, and you guys can just follow that there if you're interested. Another thing I want to point out is one of our writers, Meg Dowell, she dropped a really, really cool blog post called The Top Secret Dossier on Grand Admiral Thrawn. And that's in our Youtini blog. it really just lays out everything that you need to know going into this book. So maybe you haven't read all of the old Zahn Thrawn material. Maybe you haven't read Thrawn, which was canon, and you want to jump in with this one. You can do that if you want, but go ahead and look at her blog posts and get caught up on everything that you could possibly need to know. I took a look at it earlier and I really enjoyed it. Great job, Meg. And I would encourage all y'all to check that out. I see that Todd Otto did say so far he's bought his books through other outlets, but this is still a great service for fans looking to get into the books. He says he's owned all the books since they came out in the 90s with Heir to the Empire. Wow, so that's really impressive. It sounds like you're really well read. Thanks for being a part of the community. Whether or not you use the service, we're really happy you're here, and I couldn't agree more. I really do think that the service is great. Heather did post a link in the group, or for the group, for those that want to join. So look in the comment section for that as well. Okay, so I can answer any comments and questions that you guys have now. I do believe there is a little bit of a delay. Let's see, a couple more comments. Todd Otto says, can I buy just the single book from Youtini without a subscription? You can do that, sure, if that's something you'd like to do. Daryl Cooper says, have not yet read Thrawn. Do I need to before reading Alliances? There's really no way to say, like, this is the way you have to do it. So Thrawn, the first canon novel that came out, Thrawn, really deals with basically how Thrawn got introduced to the Empire, how he became a part of the Empire, and sort of what he did from that point on to go from just joining to becoming the Grand Admiral that we were kind of familiar with him as already. And so this new book, like I said, is going to be in between those two different eras. Some Clone Wars era, some is going to be Rebels era. So kind of bookends for where Thrawn was set. So you could read that one first if you wanted to. That's really up to you and the experience that you want. It's probably going to be a lot like where there are different orders to view the movies. Some people say watch them the way that they came out in theaters. Some people say watch 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is. They're going to be slightly different reveals in certain ways. So that's going to be up to you. And so, yeah, take that as you will. I don't see any other questions right now. I think there is a little bit of a delay, but I'm going to go ahead and choose a winner for today's giveaway. So today it is going to be a button pack. So for those of you who don't know, every Youtini shipment, you get more than just the book. You get an awesome magazine that one of our guys, Rick, makes, and that all the writers contribute to. You'll get that, and that's really high quality. You'll get a custom bookmark every time that matches the theme of the magazine. You will get a pin, and there's some new stuff that's going to be coming in shipments. There has been a little bit of reference to what those are going to be, but I'm not going to spoil it here. I will just say that keep an eye out for new stuff in Youtini shipments here soon. But here's a look just quickly at one of those buttons, and there is a little bit of a glare, but hopefully you can kind of see that. A couple of Force users, it says Youtini on there. And so you can win a free pack of those if you have just left a comment. So I see several names here. I'm going to go ahead and use a random number generator just to keep this fair and square. All right. And let's see who that is going to be. Drum roll, please. All right. So it looks like it is going to be my new friend Christian Wormiskirch. I went ahead and tried the last name again. Christian, congratulations. You have won a free button pack. If you are a member of the Youtini community and you're already a subscriber, then all you need to do is we'll get in contact with you. We already have your information. If you're not, then I'll need you to get in contact with us here on the page, send a direct message, and we'll get your info that way and make sure that you get that free merch as well. But congratulations. Glad that you guys were all here for today's Youtini Tuesday. Kind of as always, this is just time that we like to carve out every Tuesday on a weekly basis just to talk about something that we love. This week was exciting because there was so much new information, but we try and have some information for you guys every week, no matter what that is, and make this worth your time just with some good community and always a really cool free merch giveaway. Okay, so from all of us here at Youtini, have a happy Tuesday. Have a great rest of your week. Until next time. And as always, guys, may the force be with you. All right, bye.